The mission of the Coastal Watershed Council is to preserve and protect coastal watersheds through education, stewardship, and monitoring.
Coastal Watershed Council is working to help river neighbors feel more connected to the San Lorenzo River. When people are more aware of the river, we can understand how our actions affect the river and also how the river can affect us.
With the threats of climate change in the future, with more intense storms and sea level rise, we know that flooding is a potential risk for people living along the lower San Lorenzo River. Access to emergency preparedness resources are a public health issue. By feeling more prepared today, we help community members reduce stress.
Being prepared can help us be less afraid if an emergency does happen.
When community members are prepared for these extreme events, we help our community navigate them safely. Flooding along rivers is an extremely natural occurrence. For millennia, indigenous communities understood the ebbs and flows of the river and flooding. The challenge is that we've built a lot of human infrastructure in what once was a floodplain. Residents of the beach flats and lower ocean communities came together with the City of Santa Cruz, Coastal Watershed Council, San Jose State, and Nueva Vista Community Resources. Together, we hosted community conversations about climate change. We held these community workshops over the series of months that took place over the winter of 2022 to 2023. During the midst of that winter, we faced some very intense winter storms. We had an evacuation warning go out to residents of the beach flats and lower ocean communities.
All of a sudden, I got an alert on my phone. It was like, be ready to evacuate.
We were able to learn more about where the community is and isn't prepared. What communication methods do we want to use to ensure the community is engaged and knowledgeable about the potential threats of climate change facing the neighborhood? We developed a resource based on best practices around emergency preparedness developed by FEMA, and personalize these for residents living in the beach flats and lower ocean communities. We were then able to take that resource and make it accessible for youth in our neighborhood. We developed a localized comic book prepared by the Coastal Watershed Council's Artists and Residents, the JAMS, that talks to kids about how they can get ready for potential impacts of climate change in their neighborhoods too. We were able to identify that murals are a top tool to help community members understand and be engaged with some of these really challenging topics like climate change and flooding in the neighborhood. We're really focusing on opening up this connection to the river that we believe will drive stewardship for generations to come.